Gikkudiaries. I'm here for the. Have we started? Yeah. So I'm here in India with my Black Opal travel group.
Right.
For the whole 5 test matches. Well, I'm actually doing the first 2. Then I'm not doing the Rajkot, the 3rd test at Rajkot.
Okay.
I'm going to head over to Oman. Actually, I'm going to meet up with a pal of mine, old pal of mine, Jeff Thompson. He's coming over from Australia.
Okay.
We're going to play some golf. He wants to do some fishing, and just do a couple of gigs in Oman, and then come back here for the last 2 test matches, which is actually our biggest clients base will be for the Ranchi and then Dharamshala, the 5th test match.
Right, okay.
I only hope the series is still alive then.
Yeah. So what do you make of this India versus England test series, especially this 5 test series? And a lot of talk has been about spin and the pitches and all that. So what is your take?
Listen, you got in India at home. Obviously, we know the record there speaks for itself. A very powerful batting lineup. Got this class of the spin attack with Ashwin he's about to take 500.
That's right. Yeah.
Test wickets.
Now, after yesterday's 3 is
and Jadeja is a wonderful cricket talent. Against obviously another powerhouse in England, who's obviously in the last couple of years under Brendan McCullum, and particularly Ben Stokes. Obviously, people go on about bazball, but it's actually Ben Stokes as a captain who's driving this team on. Not Brendan McCullum. It's Ben Stokes. He's the one who's changed the emphasis of this England team. Even Joe Root, who was a brilliant batsman and a okay captain, has said if he had his time over again, he would captain the England the team. He would like to captain the team the way Ben Stokes is. He just gives the players just go out and enjoy yourself, play, and we play to win. However we play, we're going to play to win.
That's right.
And that's what bazball is, quite frankly. It's not about just going on to bang. It's about playing, getting yourself, the team in a position to win the test match.
Right. Yeah.
When England declared that. Back in the first test match against the Aussies in Edgbaston last summer. That wasn't that. People say it was just that was telling the Aussies, listen, we're not scared about putting ourselves in a position to lose. It's about putting ourselves in a position to win this test match, and that's what it's about. And so I watch a lot of test match cricket. I don't watch much of the other stuff that goes on. Obviously, I follow it. I'm a cricket fan. I still love cricket. I was lucky to play this wonderful game for 20 years as a professional and six years for England, and I still love coming. I look forward to watching test match cricket. I go to watch a lot of white ball stuff. I was with England, the England touring party. Just recently went down to the Caribbean. My homelands in the Caribbean back in December. And listen, it was fun, but so I actually can't remember who won the games. Quite frankly, it's entertainment. Whereas test match cricket, yesterday I came to this first day of the first test, and I was like the rest of our supporters, excited to be coming to watch a test match, and that's what I really look forward to.
We see about captains being aggressive and wanting to win, and even in the process they tend to lose, isn't it? So is it okay, or if you play first to draw, if you're not going to win?
I think
what is your take on that?
Listen, I think that's where white ball cricket is actually helped the modern test match batters. Don't ask me if they're better or whatever. I obviously played against some wonderfully talented, gifted cricketers, batsmen, whatever. But the modern cricketer, because of the white ball game, and how they practice and train themselves to score runs 360, not just keeping the ball in a V no. They just have options, and they like to take those options on straight away. Like yesterday, your Indian opener, Jazwaz. I mean, straight away, the spinner came on. His straight thing was right. I'm gonna take you down. I'm gonna put the pressure back on you, and that's what the modern the modern batsman, particularly, like take those options on straight away, because the white ball game and how they plan and prepare for those games, and that's brought into Test matches. That's why the scoring the runs over in Test match cricket.
That's right.
All over the place has gone up, because the modern players quite rightly take that option, when you do that, scores are quicker, you have more time, and that's the thing. Brendan McCullum, his first thing he says with cricket, Test match, you got to take 20 wickets.
That's right.
Doesn't matter how many runs you score, you got to take 20 wickets. By scoring runs quickly, it gives you more time.
That's right.
And that's basically what it's about. So, and it's that, quite frankly, it's made watching Test match cricket. Obviously, they've got to look at the pitch. Obviously, the pitches. Obviously, we're in India. We know England are in India. These guys, they're not surprised that the pitches are going to be spinning pitches. Yeah. They just got to learn. They just got to. And it wasn't not reckless. They just got to play in a way that put the pressure back on the bowlers. If that means just like Root and Bairstow yesterday, they manipulated the bowling. They weren't hitting boundaries, but they were getting 3-4 singles and over. Yes. And there's nothing more annoying for a bowler than when you bowl a good ball and someone just knocks it into a gap and gets a single. If you bowl a crap ball and get it for 4, I mean that's a crap ball. But when you bowl a good ball and the batsman still is able to get a single off you, that you go, geez. I mean that then puts you on you then have to search again to try and stop that, and then that's when you bowl a bad ball and that's what happens. That's what you got to do. You got to try and shift the pressure from you onto the opposition, either with the bat or with the ball.
You played in an era where limited overs was still not very as popular, and there was no T20 then. How would you have liked to bowl in the current era with all the with T20 being the most popular format, and then of course you have the 100. I don't know if you like it or not.
No,
I could make out from what you said in the initial.
No, I wouldn't. It's listen, it's brilliant. The T20, the format that we're in now, the era that we're in with cricket. And I obviously played white. We played when I first started playing cricket. We did have white balls. We played with white clothing with red balls. Yes. And then obviously the change came in with obviously from Australia with the floodlights and all that sort of stuff. That then went and it's given cricket more breadth, more areas to access. And now the short form cricket. It's now given cricket a bigger audience, and for me, and as a cricket fan, I applaud that. Right. The game has grown in its appeal brilliantly, and even now you have as far areas even in the USA, America, where they now have the short form game. Yeah. What it has done, it is then challenged. It's made challenges for the long form game. Particularly with the players now have options as to where they can go earn a living. And when you're a professional, in the end, that's what it's about, quite frankly, earning a living. And so hence now you have lots of players now. They've now, as opposed to when I played, the best I can do was to get myself to play international cricket for England in the Test arena. That's right. Yes. That was where it was at, and that was where the players of my generation were able to gauge ourselves as how good we were and to earn a living. That's right. The current guys, you roll it forward to the 21st century, and here we are now in the 2020s. These guys now, they're able to. They don't have to make themselves Test players anymore. Yes. To become, one, a success, and two, earn a lot of money. That's right. Yeah. And so I don't. I don't begrudge these guys that opportunity at all. Yes, I would have loved to have done it. Just to be able to bowl 24 balls, and they don't have to be 24 good balls either.
Yes.
because of how the games are set. Obviously you got to be good and do it well, and be able to repeat it on a consistent basis. But to be able to just bowl for 24 balls, 3 hours of cricket, and then you move on to the next game, I call it no pressure cricket, quite frankly, because there's not really the pressure. As I said, you can bowl 24 good balls and still go for runs, and the next game you bowl the same balls, and it looks good on your analysis. And the batsmen are just there to just score runs. If you get the go at the strike rate of 160, 170, and if it works, brilliant. If it doesn't work, well, that's what you're meant to do. So you get out. So I call it no pressure cricket, quite frankly, because it's and hence I mean I can't tell you who won. I think Aussie won the recent World Cup. Who won the T20 World Cup before that? I could tell you who.
It was England in 2022.
Was it? Yeah, England. That's in Australia. Thank you.
Yes,
they did. But I don't really. But it's a great for the game. The game is growing. The players have access to go and play in lots of different areas, and they make a really good living, which is to be applauded. And that in itself brings more people in to watch and to play. So that's not bad for the game, but it's challenging. It's challenging the test arena, where you see good players already, shortening their test careers in order to go and play the short form game.
Yeah. So you played under David Garr, and he was one of the few captains to win a Test series in India in 84-85.
Yeah.
And you played a lead role in the Ashes in 86 in Australia under David Garr.
It was Gatton was
Gatton
captain.
was the captain.
Gatton was the captain.
Gower.
I played on the Gower in the late 80s, but Gower obviously captain in England here in 84-85.
Yeah. So what I'm asking is, Ben Stokes, and you said he will be not in Rajkot, and that's where he could possibly play his 100th Test match.
Okay. Is that his 100th? Okay.
He's playing his 98th year.
Okay.
99 will be Visakhapatnam. So 100.
Okay, brilliant. Okay.
So what makes Ben Stokes the leader that he is?
Ben Stokes is a pity that his body sadly is with his knee problems is curtail his what he can really do, and it's affected obviously like England going into this match with one quick bowler. If Ben Stokes was fit, he would have been able to take the new ball, and the balance of the team would have been. So it's really affected the balance of this England team, his inability to bowl, because of his knee problems. Hopefully he's had operation a few months ago, and hopefully, because he has transformed, as I said, the thinking behind how this England team perform in the Test match arena, how they just look to play. It's aggressive, but it's not that reckless. All they do is look to take the positive actions when they're batting, and you see him in the field, with the ball as well. He likes even the likes of Jimmy Anderson, who's a great bowler, short broad, who recently retired. Did both for over 1,200 between them. Even there on the Ben Stokes had to change the way they bowl. Instead of bowling back of a length to contain, they had to bowl to take wickets, and instead of dropping people out in the ring fields, he says, no, you're good enough, bowl with slips to take wickets. So that's what he's done with this English team. He's driven even seasoned, experienced, quality cricketers to make them buy into. Listen, we're playing games to win, not to draw or to contain, and that's what he's done. So whatever position the England team find themselves in, they'll still think they can win. They can turn the game around to win it. It doesn't always happen. It's sport.
But it's all how you think.
And it's a mindset. So he's the mindset of the players, and they're all encouraged to just take a positive lead in what they do. So it's made watching England a lot more fun. I've watched a lot of drizzle.
Right.
A lot of drizzle with England cricket over many years.
Okay.
It's just a shame. Obviously, we're playing a test match in spin-friendly conditions, and it's not Ben Stokes' fault that England cricket can't produce quality spinners.
Right.
Last summer, Jack Leach, who's our most seasoned spin bowler, he was injured.
Yes.
We had to drag Moeen Ali out of retire from out of the first class game to come and play a test match. That's poor on England. The people who run English cricket should look at themselves and see how can this happen?
True.
It's not Ben Stokes' fault that the two young spinners who are playing in this test match who took 6 wickets at averaging 70 last summer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's embarrassing. That's an embarrassing state of affairs for English cricket that they can't produce quality spinners to come represent the country.
I have two final questions. One is you have played in India only the limited format. You played three matches and one I think is in the same city in a different ground. So what are the this was not then when you played.
Okay.
So what are your memories of playing in India and how difficult was it for you as a fast bowler?
I mean, my memory you're right. I was never played a test match here, and it's fair to say that I look out here at this beautiful ground. I never saw an outfield this lush in India when I played. Right. The outfield was brown, and you got a new ball, and after 4 or 5 overs, the ball was a rag because the ball couldn't retain. The pitch was really hard and brazen and rough, and then the outfield, the ball ran across the outfield. Whereas now, it's brilliant that in India cricket, the facilities now that your players get to play on a regular basis have been upgraded properly, which is brilliant to see. But when I was lucky to play. I mean, the noise, the passion, that's probably even more heightened. That and it's great to come and watch. And obviously yesterday there was 4 or 5 whatever thousand school children coming into the game. Brilliant to see. Brilliant to see that. Personally, my own experience. My highlight was the semi-final in Mumbai in the World Cup in '87. Yes. Playing against that Indian team, and obviously winning that game, and then going on to the final in Kolkata, which was also at the time I think it was over 100,000 people watching that game. So those two highlights absolutely were. But obviously beating India in a World Cup semi-final in India. Not many people have done that, so I'll take that one on. Take that one with me for sure.
And coming from West Indies that you are now, before you went on to play for England, qualify. How do you look at the West Indies cricket? How do you look at the decline of West Indies cricket? No, it's very. So what are your thoughts? You think there is some hope anywhere?
Well, listen, there's always hope. There's always hope. As I said, I was recently down in the Caribbean for the white ball series that England played, and listen, I mean, I was very lucky to play against arguably one not cricket team, probably the greatest sports team that's ever been around the place. That Indies team of that era. And you can go through the names. You know the names that we can all list them.
Yes.
I mean, that will probably never be repeated. And what they did. And I feel sorry for the present generation that they always get compared to an era that will be unrivaled.
That's right.
And but having said that, it is a shame that the West Indies didn't even qualify for the recent World Cup.
Yes.
And that's something that I know irks the West Indies.
What cotton ball?
Brilliant.
just draw and just hit it over his head. Yeah.
Just have a look at the replay.
Yeah.
I can see everything. So it's a shame. I mean, I know how that it hurts obviously the very proud people, the West Indies people, all the old players, the people who run the cricket there, and it's a shame. Definitely being hurt by obviously their best players. They can't get their best players to play Test match cricket. They lose them because these guys go to earn what I spoke about earlier, and they're professionals, so they go to earn a living from that. So that then I see they're currently playing a Test match in Australia, where they've basically got a bunch of youngsters playing against another great outfit in the Australian team. They've got no chance. But they still have. I know there's still a good love for the game in the Caribbean, but they're never going to get back to that status that they had, because that was just a complete on match time, not just for cricket, in any team sport. And so they should remain proud of that, but it's going to be a challenge for them when you see what India can do, what England obviously do, Australia. But listen, it's sport, and they just got to get out there when they pull on the West Indies colours, the players, and I'm sure that they do. They try hard and try to overcome it. That's all they can do. That's all the islands can ask of them, is that when they put on the windy shirt, is that they give a good account of themselves, and work themselves off and get lucky.
Yesterday the Bayonet test started in Brisbane, and they put up a partnership.
Yeah.
Joshua Da Silva. Yeah.